Hello, welcome to my channel. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'll just mention now that this is what you should do if you want to enter the giveaway. And that will be on until, that will only last a month. I'll put in the description when I'm going to be calling out the winner, so obviously don't enter after the time. If you see this like a year later, it's not on anymore. But this is the look, this is my everyday makeup look. If you want to carry on watching, you can see how I did this, and I'm going to do this thing. Right, wait, I can magic this creation, me without makeup. So I'm gonna get started. I've cleansed my face. I've added some of my organic elixir from Tropic, I think. I'll link that down below. And now the first thing that I do is I use this caffeine solution. Ooh, look at me being a YouTuber. I use this caffeine solution under my eyes, and I actually haven't been using it for a little while, and I've noticed such a difference. Like the bags under my eyes right now are really bad because I haven't used it in a while, and they got so much better before. So I just massage that into my bags, and sometimes I just spread, if there's a little excess, I'll just spread it around a little bit. And then, oh, also I should mention that right now I am in the middle of a very bad breakout for me. This is, I think it's probably a hormonal breakout. Obviously they're all around my chin, I've got a couple on my cheeks, so I thought this would be quite a good time to show you how I can do my makeup. And people comment on Instagram pics and they're like, oh, your skin looks flawless. It's not, like, it's, you know, but makeup helps, so I'm going to try and show that. And then the next thing I want to use is the Oils of Life. Good focus. The Oils of Life moisturiser from the Body Shop. Also, from recording a few of these, I've noticed that I put my moisturiser on so weirdly, so I've been trying to not do it, but I'm like, I don't know why, it just feels nice to like really put it in. Especially in the morning, I'm like, but that doesn't, it looks weird on camera. Anyway, next thing I'm gonna do, so I'll let that settle in a little bit. What I'm gonna do in the meantime is, this is a product I swear by for everything. It's just pure organic shea butter, and I use this mainly, I've not got much left, on my lips. It's the only thing that helps them when they're feeling dry. Nothing else seems to help. No lip balms, nothing, just this. And I use this on my entire body when fake tanning's made it really dry, and it's just, probably should have sprayed this already. I usually use this as well. No. Okay, so I just went searching for my primer and I can't find it. I'll link the primer that I usually use down below. Anyway, so I'm going to use this one today, which is the NYX bottle amount. I'm going to put that on my face. So one thing that I get quite a lot of questions about, and probably one of the main reasons that I thought I should make this like get ready with me video, is I get so many questions about foundation, and if I could just give you a straight answer and be like, I just use this foundation, then I would, but it's not the case. So the main foundation, oh, one of them's not here. Oh, where's all my makeup? I don't know where I've put everything, but I'll just link everything down below and I'll tell you about it. The first one is probably like the one I use more often, which is the backwards, which is this one. It is very matte, and this is the best one that I would say for going on nights out. It's the Moroccan Nutmeg, which goes really well with when I fake tanned. It's got no flashback. It's good for during the day as well, because you can do it a bit less coverage, but it is quite full coverage, and if you want to do it, can be like full coverage. So there's that one. That one's like a holy grail. Whenever I wear this as well, a lot of people ask me which one I'm wearing. The same with this one actually. This is the NYX Total Control, and I get that in the shade beige. I'm using it again and I remembered how much I love it. So that one is it's a really nice shade as well. It's really yellowy, which I've got a thing for. And then I've also got, you can obviously see I've used this up a lot, the EX1 Inviswear liquid foundation. I know a lot of people use this. It's in the shade 5. I haven't worn it in a little while because this one is the shade 5 is a little bit pale when I've got fake tan and a bit of a natural tan, whereas the other ones, like this one, is perfect. I also mix this, so when I want it to be more dewy, I've got the BB cream, which I'll link down, from the Body Shop as well. And I mix the two together and put it on my skin with my fingers, and that is such a nice combination. Like, it gets rid of a bit of the mattifying qualities and it's obviously a lot less coverage. The next thing that I do is, oh wait, I forgot to tell you about another foundation. I will I've linked it down below anyway, but this is one that I use a lot as well. It's the Hourglass one, but at the moment it's run out. I bought it thinking that I would wear it on nights out the most. I like to mix it with that one. It's good as like a base. It's like very flawless. It's easy to get a good finish on it, and then I feel like it's buildable. Like, but building, I usually build on it with the other foundation. It's because it's not exactly the tone that I love. I don't think they have that much of a shade range, to be honest. Sorry, Hourglass. But it is vegan. It's more expensive. It's like £40, where the rest of them are under £15. It is amazing. It's more like glowy, it's more dewy. You can have a dewier finish, but the flashback's not amazing. The finish is really nice, but it's spenny. Anyway, sorry, I'll get back into what I'm doing now. I might have to add this little bit about the foundation back there. So if it's a little bit weird and jumbled, you know why. Okay. So now I've done that, I'm going to have to go find my beauty blender because I have no idea where I've put it. And we're back. Right, so I've got my beauty blender. Now what I'm going to do is my foundation. And today my skin is feeling, I'm not sure, I think it's quite normal today. It seems like it's a warm day outside though. I actually think it's probably going to get quite oily. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to get oily. So what I'm going to do is mix the Moroccan Nutmeg with the NYX Total Control. Okay, so what I use every single time is this brush from Primark. It needs a clean because I used it yesterday. I mean, for the last week. Do we really clean our brushes enough? It's just like a normal blending brush. Anyway, so I'm going to use this. And then I take it down onto my neck. And I like to put it on my ears as well because they get very red. On top of that, I will use my sponge to make sure there's no brush strokes. If you can see already, I feel like the foundation has already covered up the majority of the redness in my blemishes. Right, next thing I'm going to do is use the NYX Dark Circle Concealer in the shade Medium. It just makes such a difference to my under eye. So funny, I keep catching myself like looking in the viewfinder at the faces I'm making, like. Just gonna have to let it be. Alright, sorry, I applied that with the other end of the brush that I use for my foundation. And then I'm just going to use the blender. I use a lot of different ones under my eyes. I like probably too much concealer under my eyes, but this is what works for me. I've tried not using as much. and it just doesn't happen. So next thing I'm going to do is use the Pro Conceal by LA Girl, and this is in the shade Creamy Beige. Okay, and then blending it with this. The next one I'm going to use is the Collection one in the shade Lemon, number 1. And then again. Right, so what I do next is I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer again, but this time in the colour Fawn, and this is what I use to do my like contour. It's more like warming the skin because it's not exactly a contour. I managed to burn this part of my forehead here on my curling tongs, so that wasn't good. Okay, so that's where I put it, and then I use my brush to blend. So the last concealer I use is the Revolution concealer, and I use it in the shade C8.5, and I'm going to put a little bit on here. And then under my eyes. One thing I do like to do, especially when I'm blending for spots, is get a bit of the Moroccan foundation. It's not Moroccan, it's the MAC Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation, and then I put a little bit on my hand and I use that to blend. Just so it's a really nice colour, and also this contains tea tree, so it does kind of treat your imperfections while you're... What, did I really just say imperfections? It treats your spots while you're covering them. They are not imperfections. Okay, next, blend my forehead. And then what I like to do is, for this part, the last layer of concealer, there's been a lot. God, it's annoying me how nail I sound. The last layer, I will get this at the ready, which is my NYX foundation powder. No, it's not a foundation, it's a finishing powder in the shade Banana. So when I've done one eye, I'll blend it with the sponge. I like to put a little bit up to my nose and like the excess onto my eyelid. And then I turn the sponge around and I use the back of it, and I swipe up some of the powder, and then I bake pretty much straight away. And I take it down my nose, bit on the eyelid, all these areas, and then I'm just going to do that on the other side. Other places that I bake, once I've done that bit, around my nose and just underneath it, and then these parts of my chin. I like to swipe it up as well here. And then I put a little bit on my forehead. Make sure it's got plenty on these bits. And there you go. It looks a bit crazy right now, but it won't in a little while. So all the crazy gets removed. This. Now I use this as a bronzer, and it is the Body Shop in this shade. It's actually a powder foundation, and I use it like a bronzing powder. I don't know, I kind of use it, you'll see anyway. I've always used these as as bronzers, but they add a bit of coverage and like warmth. They don't, and sometimes I feel that bronzers kind of wear off and they go like speckly, whereas this is obviously, as it's a foundation, it's not going to do that. It doesn't act exactly the same as a normal bronzer. It acts more like a foundation, so it like stays on your skin. Right, and then I just use this brush. I'm not sure where I got this from, but if I find a similar one, I'll link it down. And then I start in the hollows, and with the excess I just pat it into where I've baked. And then this is really good for taking down onto your neck and chest to make sure that the colours go together. I still feel like in that viewfinder I look very crazy, like the colours are very different, but I like having a bright under eye. Take it down here. And then the next thing I use this for is as an eyeshadow, which is another thing that I've done for a very long time, because I used to think that you needed to have eyeshadow. I used to think it had to be eyeshadow, and I was like trying to find this bronzer coloured, like exactly the same as my bronzer coloured eyeshadow, and I realised it's easier to just use this, and it also lasts really long. So this is I don't know, it's a massive brush, and I know that this is probably not what most people would use for eyeshadow, but I think it's easy, especially when you're using one colour. It makes it easier to blend. So I just use this and I dab it into the bronzer or the powder foundation, and then I rub it onto my eye. It's really easy to like brush it all the way out to the side as well with this kind of brush, and then a bit underneath. There we go. And the other eye. The next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows, and I've got the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. It looks like this, and I've got it in the shade Taupe. So I brush through my eyebrows first. I've also used a couple of other ones, so I'll link those as well, but this is the one I'm using right now. I've used one by Too Faced. That was really good. It smells like chocolate brownies. It's amazing. But this one's kind of my go-to. It's quite small, look. I think it's like the Brow Wiz by Anastasia. Not that I've used that. But. And then I do like, I should probably get quite close to this. I do like small strokes. If you can see, my eyebrows are really bushy, because I barely pluck them. I barely do anything to them. I like that kind of natural look. Not on me really, I don't think it suits me. When I've got them like pristine, I think it suits my face better. But on other people, when I see them having like really nice bushy brows. I just think it looks lovely, you know, like editorial kind of vibes. Anyway. And then once I've just done that, I'll brush them through with the other side, just to make sure there's no harsh pencil lines. I don't really want to show you this, it looks quite gross now, but it's the Take a Brow by Barry M, and I use this to set them. I try to like push them up a little bit, so they'll be a bit more like wild looking. Now what I'm going to do is is the Becca Moonstone, and then this one is the highlighter from, I can't say the name, in 201. So I use this brush, it's Real Techniques brush, and I get a little bit of this one. I'm using Moonstone, but I'm doing it in this mirror. And then I like to use this one and a little brush for the inner corners, because this one's like a pinkier tone, so where there's blueness it seems to counteract that a bit, just right in the corner. It's like a golden pink. Such a pretty one. And then I'm going to use Moonstone on this little brush, I'll just put it in, and I'm going to do under my eyebrows. Sometimes for the bit right on the end of my nose, because I want it to be really pigmented, I'll use a spray and just wet the brush and then pick up some. Oh no, my nose is itching. And what I like to do after that is I use this one or my Barry M Dewy Finish or my NYX Dewy Finish setting spray, and I spray it onto the sponge to make it quite damp, and then over the top of where I've put the highlight I like to add that, and it really just makes it glow a lot more. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is use, this is so old now, I've just wrecked it, but this is the Tropic mascara, and I'm going to curl my lashes with these ones I got from Primark, these colours. This is such a good mascara, and it comes with this little like thing where you can add fibres. If you want, you can add like a little extension onto your eyelashes. I actually love this, and it's all like the company Tropic, it's all vegan and organic, and it's just, oh, the products are amazing. I'm not even selling this, I did receive it as a gift from a friend, but it's honestly like, this mascara is pretty old now, probably like 2 to 3 months old, and it's still, it never goes clumpy, it never like flakes off, it separates the lashes like perfectly, and then you can add a little bit of these. And I never thought that I would like you know, like a fibre mascara. I always thought they sounded kind of scary because I thought they go in your eye, but I've never had that, and my eyes are so sensitive. So you can see my eyelashes aren't very long. I have not been blessed with long eyelashes, unfortunately. My sister got the eyelashes and I got the brains. She'd literally kill me if she when she watches this. Hi Rachel. Is that better? Massive clouds just come out outside, that's why. So I've had to try and fix what has gone on. I've got this little light from IKEA. You can tell my setup's just not amazing, but I'm just trying to do this for you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my lips. And now normally I would use the Body Shop lip liner, but I don't know where that's gone. Another thing. So at the moment I'm just going to use this old one that I have. This is a NYX lip pencil in Nude Truffle, and I'm not sure that this is vegan. I know it's cruelty free, but I don't know if it's vegan, so it's old. So I'm going to use a lip liner and just show you what I do. I overdraw quite a lot. Right now I've got quite a lot of foundation on my lips, so I don't look like I've got any lips. So I've overdrawn. I get quite a lot of questions about this as well, and it is my all-time favourite ever lipstick. It's the liquid lipstick by Too Faced, the Melted Matte ones, and it's in the shade Cool Girl. And this is my second one that I've had, and it's nearly finished. I've just worn it every day for about the past 2 years. It's the best for me anyway. Okay, so my little trick that I have, I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes in photos my lips can look like very matte, like incredibly matte. So what I do is, and please don't do this if you have dry lips, but I've got very moisturized lips naturally, and obviously I use like shea butter and stuff on them a lot, so I can do this and it doesn't harm my lips. I'm just gonna go over a little bit here. And then I get this, which is the setting powder, and my brush, and just get a bit in. And then I usually go like this. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of this blusher. Looks like that. I like to take it over my nose sometimes. I saw that on, I think it was Lucy Williams' Instagram. She just always looks so amazing. I don't always use this, but I just feel like I need it today to do a little bit of a contour. This is more of a ashy tone. I'm going to do a little. I don't know if I needed that because my face is a bit puffy because I'm ill or what, but I felt like I needed it. Okay, last thing, which eyelashes do I do? I really want to try out my new ones. I really want to try them. I think I might have to. So I'm going to use the Doll Beauty ones because I haven't tried them and I'm so excited to. Oh, I had a couple of questions about this. I use Duo Glue and it's vegan and cruelty free and it's amazing. Like, you don't have those normal lash problems where you feel like they're gonna fall off halfway through the night. Like, I don't actually normally have to take it with me on nights out. I think that says a lot because I used to be constantly having like the little, you know, like the eyeliner glues. I used to always have those in my bag, and if I didn't have one with me, I was like, I don't know what that was. So let's see how this goes. Oh, I'm a bit scared. I hope they don't die. How do you feel about these? I don't know, I think they're a bit odd. Maybe I need to just sort them more because I haven't really given them much chance to settle. I mean, they're definitely dramatic. Maybe more for a night out. I'm gonna use these ones now. My go-tos. So bad. I try and do something new and I'm just like, so back to our Dell 113 Wispy. The first time I actually wore these, fun fact, the first time I wore these eyelashes because I was watching, who was I watching? There was someone on YouTube that I watched a tutorial for her birthday and she was wearing Ardell Wispies, and I think she was wearing the regular Wispies. She actually double stacked them, I remember that. But I saw these ones and I was like, these look more like the ones she's wearing than what she said they are. So I bought them instead. And for my, I think, was it when we were 21st birthday, I did my makeup inspired by that look and I wore these eyelashes. Okay, so now what I do with these usually, because I feel like they need some work sometimes, get those first and then I'm going to use them. I hope I've got enough back memory. I feel like my eyes look a bit droopy right now. And I put them on the lashes, and just be careful, don't do it too much. They look a bit different. Right, let's sort this with mascara. I'm just getting the Bethan Sex one because giving it a little go. I like to splay them out, so I like work with the bottom of them when I'm doing this, not really from the top. I don't like to put too much on the ends. I also, a lot of the time, trim these down so that, say, like, you know, like this bit here and this bit, though that's a little bit shorter because I feel like it looks more natural. But you get the gist of what I've done here, and then I'm just going to put some on my bottom lashes. What I like to do when I've put stuff on my bottom lashes is use a clear mascara underneath, or like a clear brow gel, just so that it definitely doesn't go on. And I'm just finally, because I feel like I've messed up my brows a little bit, I'm going to use my brow thing and just redo them a little bit. Okay, I don't feel like my makeup has gone that well today. The finishing touch is I use this, which is the Urban Decay eyeliner in Scorch, and I just run this along my top waterline. And then I'm going to use the NYX liquid eyeliner just to make sure there's no, oh, my hair is going everywhere, just to go over the glue and try and make sure that's not too obvious. You can use any liquid eyeliner you've got for this. Okay, so this is the finished thing. I'm hoping it looks okay. I need to look in a proper mirror probably. I hope you enjoyed. So if you've got this far, thanks so much for watching. It's crazy to me that you spend your time watching a little video about me, so thanks so much. I just appreciate you so much. I do. I think it's crazy. Thanks for being so supportive to all of you, and I love you all.